Sunday. How are you guys doing? It's time to read another book. And this one is called Stop, Drop, and Roll. Stop, drop, and roll. And this book is written by Marjorie Cooler and illustrated by Arthur Howard. This is your front cover. And this is your title page. They have almost the same information. And the title page basically comes before we start the story. If it ever came. Oh, new book, pages won't turn. Anyway, let's begin. Meet Jessica. This is Jessica. Jessica was a warrior. A warrior. She worried morning, noon, and night. She worried about her spelling homework. She worried about learning new steps in ballet class. And remembering to fill the dog's water dish. And waking up in time for school. One Monday morning in October, Jessica teacher gave her something new to worry about. It's Fire Prevention Week, explained Mr. Martin. So for the next few days, we're going to talk about fire safety. Uh-oh, groaned Jessica. And this Friday, Mr. Martin continued, we have been asked to share what we have learned in the entire school. With the entire school. Oh no, mourned Jessica. Yep, that's a worried face if I've ever seen one. She looked pretty worried. Let's begin with smoke alarms, said Mr. Martin. Your homes should have them on every floor. Automatic fire sprinklers are a good idea too. Smoke alarms? Sprinklers? Jessica had never seen either in her house. Your families should also have escape plans in case of fire, said Mr. Martin. And fire drills, so everyone knows what to do. Jessica chewed her pencil in half. Escape plans? Now she was really worried. Really, really worried. That night, Jessica announced, "There is a big problem in this house. We have no smoke alarms and no sprinklers system. We don't even have an escape plan. If there was a fire, we would be in trouble." Her mother puckered her forehead. "I remember buying smoke alarm, but I guess we never got around to installing them." "Oh, really, Mommy? Really?" "And we talk about finding someone to put in a sprinkler," added Dad. "But we are always too busy to make an appointment." "And what about extra batteries for the alarms?" reminded Laura. "Yeah," said Tom. "We need to keep more batteries around here." So this is the family. And there is Jessica. Jessica twisted her napkin. She knew the real reason Tom wanted more batteries around. His birthday was in 3 days. He wanted batteries for his presents. But fire safety was more important than birthday toys, isn't it? "We've got to do something about this now," warned Jessica. "You're right," said Mom. "After dinner, we'll make escape plans and find those smoke alarms. And tomorrow, I'll get extra batteries and make arrangement for a sprinkler system," said Dad. Right. But Jessica still felt worried. Too worried to sleep. She tossed and turned all night. But the doggy is asleep. Look. The next day, Mr. Martin wrote some fire safety rules on the blackboard. Never play with lighters or matches. Keep electric heaters at least 3 feet away from things that could burn. 3 feet away. Keep extension cords away from doorways and from being pinched by furnitures. A professional should check the chimneys and the furnace in your home each year. This is the extension cord. And boys and girls, you're not allowed to plug in nor remove extension cords. Those are jobs for adults only. Professional. Yes, he's cleaning the chimney. Blah, blah, blah. Mr. Martin went on and on until Jessica had to cover her ears. She would never be able to remember so many things. At dinner, Jessica asked, "Have we ever had our chimney checked?" "Yes," answered Dad, "when we bought the house. But Mr. Martin said it should be checked every year, said Jessica. The furnace, too. Dad sighed. I'll put them on my list of things to do. But that didn't stop Jessica from worrying. She went through the entire house checking cords. Aww. And smoke alarm batteries. And she had another sleepless night imagining all the things that could go wrong. Poor Jessica. On Wednesday, Mr. Martin had even more fire safety rules. The big sign says Fire Prevention Week. Heat makes smoke rise. So if you're in a fire, you must crawl under the smoke where the air is cleaner. And when you reach a door, touch it. If it feels cool, it's safe to open. And the opposite, if it doesn't feel cool, it means fire is behind it. Don't open it, please. Jessica tugged at a barrette. What if the door felt warm? What should I do then? If the door's warm, continued Mr. Martin. He read her mind. Don't open it. Find a window and call for help. Then wait for a firefighter to come and tell you what to do. And there is one more very important thing you need to know, said Mr. Martin. If your clothes catch fire or is on fire, stop what you're doing, drop to the ground, and roll over and over until you smother the flame. Smother the flame, meaning the flame goes away, meaning it's no longer burning. There's no more fire. Probably the smoke will still be there, but no more fire. So keep rolling. That's why this book is called Stop, Drop, and Roll. Roll, roll, roll until the fire goes away, okay? Catch fire? Jessica had never been so worried in her life. Here's the sign. Stop what you're doing. Drop to the floor, wherever you are. And roll from left to right, or just keep rolling in one direction. Make sure you don't roll into a fire that's already burning. Okay? Stop, drop, and roll, repeated Mr. Martin. Let's all say it 3 times. Stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll. The chant chanted the entire class. And here they are saying the same thing. Stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll. Don't forget it. Stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll. Don't forget it. Stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll. All except Jessica. Her worries had twisted her tongue into a big knot. So she was not repeating the chant, stop, drop, and roll. She was too worried. When Jessica got home, she made her family have a fire drill. Then she rechecked all the electrical cords, tested the batteries in all the smoke alarms, and made double sure that there were no matches lying around. Stop, slop, troll, mop, pop, bowl? What? After Jessica felt a little better, Afterwards, Jessica felt a little better, but she still couldn't get Mr. Martin's words from class right. Stop, slop, troll, mop, pop, and bowl. The harder Jessica tried, the worse she did. But she went to sleep feeling a little better. At least she knew what to do if there was a fire during the night. Then, on Thursday, disaster struck. Mr. Martin asked Jessica to demonstrate stop, drop, and roll at the assembly the next day. Why me? Thought Jessica. Oh, yep, she do look frantic. She is looking scared, actually. Not just worried, scared. Stop, flop, and roll. Flop, mop, and stroll. Stop, pop, and hold. On the bus home, she tried to practice the words. Stop, flop, and roll. Or is it flop, mop, and stroll? No, stop, pop, and hold. But they kept coming out wrong. Jessica was so worried about the assembly that she couldn't even enjoy Tom's birthday party. Stop, drop, and mold. Slop, drop, and hold. Plop, mop, and stroll. She muttered to herself. She muttered, meaning she's saying it softly where no one can hear it. Like this, mumbling in her mouth. Because of all of her muttering, she didn't even notice when Mom brought in the cake. It had 7 big candles on it. 6 were for Tom's 6th birthday, and 1 was for him to wish on. Ooh, here goes fire. What do you think she's going to do? And just as Tom leaned over to blow them out, Jessica looked up and saw fire. Stop, drop, and roll, she screamed. Immediately, Tom stopped blowing and dropped to the floor. Immediately, Tom stopped blowing and dropped to the floor. But before he rolled, Jessica saw that Tom wasn't on fire at all. Jessica's worries had gotten the best of her. She was so embarrassed. False alarm, said Dad. Phew, said Mom. You gave me quite a scare. I am sorry, said Jessica, but I thought. You thought quickly, interrupted Dad. That's good, because it's better to be safe than sorry. Besides, added Laura, you finally said it right. Yay, she said it right. Stop, drop, and roll. Can you say it? Stop, drop, and roll. Say it again. Stop, drop, and roll. Louder. Stop, drop, and roll. And that is how you can keep yourself safe and keep your family safe. By following the safety rules for fire. And that was the truth. Jessica had said the words right, and that she had. And now that she had, she was confident she would never forget any of the fire safety rules she had learned that week. And you know what? She never did. Stop, drop, and roll. The end. I hope you enjoyed this book about fire safety and how to keep you safe and how to keep your family safe during a fire. I hope you enjoyed this book. Have a wonderful Sunday.